that was certainly something, that we need to get corrected and want to get corrected, and more home run threats and some of those things. But, there was some stuff that I was pleased with towards the end of the game, particularly on the right side with the way we handled some of the duo and some of the things late in the game. I mean, there was one where week one, Zai fell on his face on that block, and then week two, he stays up, he gets vertical to the second level, and Khalil hits it right in there, and we end up getting, I think it was like a 6 or 7 yard gain, right? I mean, so little things like that I was pleased with. So we got to keep building on those. Obviously we had a lot of offense going into that Kansas game. That was kind of the way the game went, and we had an intention of kind of keeping the ball away as well. I don't argue with that at all. I think we need to be better on that part of it.
You mentioned the perimeter stuff, the pin pull stuff, the getting your guys out beneath that, beyond the hashes. Do you like what you're seeing there in that regard? Because it seems like I talked to you in the preseason about the athleticism of your group might play.
Yeah, I do. I wasn't happy with the way we handled some of the counter stuff against Kansas. We missed. Both guards missed a pressure off the edge, and it was, the tight ends had to recover for that. So I wasn't pleased with the counter piece of it, but I was pleased with kind of how we're evolving that pin pull stuff and some of the perimeter run game. So that has been pretty good. We still got to get better, and got to find different ways to attack that. When the teams are going to give that to us, like if they're going to load that box with 8 men in the box and try to stop the inside run, then we got to be able to attack them in other ways. So. The first two games, it's kind of all over the place. But we're as an offense, we're attacking what they're going to give us and taking advantage of it.
Sorry if you answered this, Bart, but some rotation at right guard. What are you looking for, kind of to sort out what that looks like?
Consistency is the biggest thing, and honestly, the way it kind of worked out, we did rotate. Hunter White got in there, and then Brandon Henderson. I initially put Brandon in, for a 2-minute situation, and ended up being, we scored pretty quickly, with that, and ended up being a longer drive and kicking the field goal before half. But then I felt Zai was playing improved, thought he was playing better. And so I kind of went with the hot hand, and then in that second half, we were going on that start. We got the ball with 7 minutes left, and I thought, he was fresh, he was locked in on the sideline. I thought he had been playing well. Kind of looked him in the eye, and he kind of said, I got you, coach, and so let's go. And sure enough, I did think he played well down the stretch, which was good. There was one errant play, you probably saw it. Him and Cruz both got beat on a play, on a swim move. Obviously, that's the stuff we have to eliminate, But overall, I thought he handled, his technique, his steps were better, his body control was better, protection was really good. I was very pleased with the way we protected. Still did not grade a sack to the line on that. Every time he got those two, he was on him. He left the pocket. So I thought the pocket, especially in the drop back game, I was really proud of the drop back game. Run action stuff, we'll have some of that if it gets delayed. The way we're setting is a much more physical way. So if they transition rush, it might be a little bit quicker. But I was really pleased with the drop back stuff, and that was a big part of it. He had a good week of practice too. That's the other thing, is I want those guys to feel like they can't, especially those guys that have had maybe a lack of consistency. They can't have a day off. You can't let your game drop, because we have too much talent that's young, it's underdeveloped, right? But too much talent waiting to want to play. So that's kind of what we're looking for, is consistency. And then really in any position, right? You're getting a lot of consistent play, at a 3 of the 5, and we need to get everybody on that same boat.
When you look at, I know we're talking about some of the inside stuff when I walked up, but how much of that is what other teams are doing, which obviously they're going to take that away, versus stuff that you really feel like you guys want to clean up?
That's a good question. It's probably a little bit of both, depending on the play. If I'm being truly honest, there one play you look at, we had a double tight end set, and it looks like Cruz loses his block. That's not on him. That's on the backside, not coming with him. So the MEs like that, mental errors, missed assignments like that, is the stuff that you can't have. We had one in game one where we just let the linebacker run through on the inside zone, right? I mean, those are the things that are the most frustrating for me, is a mental error, a missed assignment. Those are the things that are going to lose you games in critical situations from an O-line perspective, right? We don't carry the ball, stuff like that. So those are the things that we have to get corrected, because we're playing pretty clean. We've had one penalty in 2 games, and so I think those are things that, we had no penalties on the line last week, and so those are things I'm proud of. But the mental errors is what we have to get corrected, and so you're seeing a little bit of that. Some of that comes with movement. Some of that comes with getting in and out of different looks. Kansas did a good job. They're a well-coached team. You know, they're top 25 or top 20 for a reason. And their defense is much improved. I mean, everybody makes a big statement about how we're improved from last year. Their defense is much improved from last year. And so, you know, I thought that was a good hard-fought win. We did learn some lessons, you know. But we came through when we needed to in the fourth quarter. That 7-minute drive is exactly what you practice for. It's exactly what the O-line wants, right? Let's put it on our shoulders and let's march it down there. And, you know, a couple things here and there execution-wise, and you know, we gave the defense the ball back with 58 seconds left, right? And no timeout. We made them use all their timeouts. And, you know, obviously our defense played outstanding. So overall, great team win. But, yeah, a lot of that, a little bit of both.
For you, not to say you paint the picture of perfection for your tackles, but they're playing at a pretty high level. Right now, what's that do for you as a coach, knowing that you're outside, like you're pretty stable there, playing at a pretty high level there?
It gives you some confidence in your entire offense, right? So you don't have to, you know, kind of build around a certain weakness somewhere, or say, you know, it doesn't close off a drop back game, it doesn't close off a run action game, it doesn't close off your quick game, it doesn't close off a part of your offense that maybe is susceptible in years past, right? So, especially in the protection world, I thought the drop back, you know, has been vastly improved. Those guys have done a nice job. Still some things to clean up, and we're going to play really good DNs in this league, and we got a good defense coming in this weekend that's hungry after what happened last week to them. And, you know, I think they're going to have to be on their game, because now they're going to start developing a reputation of who can beat them, right? Who can try to beat them, and you know, they just got to keep playing the way they're capable of, because they're both incredibly talented.
We got time for